Ladies and gentlemen, golf fans across the world, welcome back to the Matt Fryer podcast. I'm Matt Fryer. We have Tom sat behind us, and you will notice that we are in a very, very special location, Tom. Just behind us, just down there, you can probably see the mark where I clattered the Old Course Hotel while playing the Old Course yesterday. I actually didn't do that, but we are sat in the boardroom of the Old Course Hotel up on the fourth floor. Unfortunately, it is dark, so you'll only be able to make out a little bit of light across the way if you're watching us.
Probably see the back of your head.
Yeah, shining from the lights above. But yeah, you can't actually see the great view from the angle that I'm on here. Maybe you see it. There is the Hamilton Grand in the background, but this room up here and the bar that is next door, when you are up here, I would say it's possibly the best view in golf. In St Andrews?
Definitely the best view in golf.
Is it?
Yeah, it's got to be.
I'm going to get onto something else in a second that might pip it. But yeah, we are up in St Andrews. We're up filming at the Dukes. We filmed out on the Eden today as well. One of our last trips here. We are ambassadors for the Old Course Hotel and the Dukes Golf Course. Very, very proud and honoured to be working with those guys, and it's been a real treat, and they've been very kind in giving us this room for the podcast tonight. So yeah, looking forward to this one, Tom. We've got a few things going on.
Give us a running order, please, Matt.
We have got...
We're bringing a guest in.
We are bringing a guest. We are bringing in our esteemed cameraman and editor, the man who pulls it all together and makes us look, well, like the chopper I am, basically, when I'm out there. But I treated him to a round of golf on the Old Course yesterday, so it's the first time he played it, Joe, and we're going to get his thoughts and views on it, because myself and you have played it a couple of times together and played it, 3, 4, 5, I can't remember how many times I've played it, but it'd be quite interesting to get a sort of a mid-handicap. What are you off, Joe? 9 handicap, a 9 handicapper's view on how the experience went. So that's going to be coming up shortly. We're going to get Joe in. We've got who is the best YouTube golfer? Now, we're going to get into that section, but not specifically about just playing. We're going to rank categories, Tom.
Yep.
I think there's lots of different offerings out there on YouTube, whether it's coaching, whether it's playing, whether it's entertainment, whether it's club reviewing. We've got 3 that we want to go through.
And we can't just vote for the obvious of your channel, this channel.
No, we're obviously the gold standard, but we're going to leave that out.
Give everyone a chance.
You'll give everyone a chance, yeah, because it would be Matt Fryer Golf main channel as number 1 and Matt Fryer Golf podcast as number 2.
Yeah.
If we were doing it.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to do that as a second part. We're then going to pick our Ryder Cup team. It's a year away from the Ryder Cup.
It is 352 days.
Is that what it is today?
Today. Not that I'm counting.
No, you booked your ticket to Bethpage.
I need one, don't I?
He's going to start walking there now. So we've got that coming up. We're going to just Europeans there. We're not diddling with the Americans. We don't want to give them any secrets. And then we've got some questions. We've got quite a lot of questions, and we've got one overrated, underrated, just because of how many questions we do have today.
You have missed the biggest part of the podcast today, which we're going to start with. You've got an announcement.
Oh, yes.
You've just forgot that.
I did.
You didn't miss that out on purpose, did you?
No.
We've just been sitting here reading the comments from a video that's just gone out 51 minutes ago.
Is that how long it was ago? Yeah, so some big news. If you haven't already, make sure you head over to the main channel. We've signed a full club deal with Mizuno.
That means you're a player, officially.
Or a sellout, striker. According to someone.
Sellout.
Yeah, there's been 41 comments. One was negative. I mean, I'm not even going to get into what he was going into, but I think needs to go and give his head a wobble. But then everyone else very, very positive on it. We've basically, I've been a clothing ambassador because of, the
physique.
Yeah, looking.
What's coming next, Calvin Klein?
I actually had Calvin Klein sponsorship once. They gave me some gear. I did go back on my Insta.
Not the underwear.
They were trying to appeal to the typical English male who had a bald head and a little beer belly. But no, we've signed a full.
Say a little something else.
Yeah, we've signed a full club deal with Mizuno. It was something that I'd said I'd never do. Whilst reviewing golf clubs, I thought it was always imperative, really, that we stayed away from something like that, because I would say you would be impartial because of it. If there was a club that you were testing and you wanted to put that into your bag, you couldn't then do that because you would have the club deal, and I think it sort of just clouds people's judgment if you're being paid, to play certain clubs, and then you're off saying other things about other clubs. If it's negative, everyone's always going to say, "Oh, well, it's because you're."
Yeah, you'd lose a little bit of trust, wouldn't you, ultimately?
Yeah, I think so. And obviously we were fine because we were a clothing ambassador, and through the last 3 years that I've done that, the array of golf clubs that I've had in my bag, you could obviously see that it wasn't...
82 putters, 7 drivers.
82 putters, about, 50% of them were even rolls. I've had some pings. But for the last 3 years, 2 or 3 years, I've had ping irons.
Yeah,
in the bag. So those for a long time. I've only last 6 months really gone to Mizuno irons. So I thought it was imperative that we didn't do that. But we've changed what we want to do on the main channel now. We've obviously got the goal of me trying to accomplish my first professional win. We're getting back to a little bit more of the coaching side of things. We sort of didn't really focus on that last year. We did some reviews and we were sort of trying a few bits and doing bits here, but I think with us signing the deal with Mizuno, it's given us some real direction, to be fair, because we've sort of said, right, well, that takes club reviews out of it. We're still going to be doing consumer advice like, okay, well, is a hybrid better than a 7-wood for you, for instance, or what shaft like flex should you have in your driver, not like, is this TaylorMade driver any good? So by taking that off the table, it sort of made us focus on what we want to do now.
We spoke about it at length, really, didn't we? It wasn't a quick decision you made of changing it, but we said, what is the core of Matt Fryer Golf? What do you want to do? And it's ultimately help golfers and improve your game and take people on a journey.
Yeah, exactly.
We can keep to that by doing the coaching tips, which go out every week, which help golfers. As you've just said, consumer advice, helping golfers, and then hopefully you getting a little bit better and winning your first comp. Yeah,
definitely. And the whole, like, we've filmed one today actually whilst we're up here. We've been up at the Duke's Resort golf course this morning, and we filmed with a lad called Fraser Moore, who's a Mizuno staff player, and it was one of those things that I'm very fortunate in, like, that they've got a great team behind them. I've worked with great people over the last few years. Dave Matthews, who was there, who's left now. But one of my good friends, Alex Thorne, who's the tour manager, I've been working closer and closer with him, and we're looking to the future. And even like today's video, it was, I need a player. Can you get one? For the tour tier series that we're doing. So we needed someone who was playing on mini tours, and he was like, got this guy. He's going to be great for you. And it was a really good video, actually. Like, it was, I'm quite excited to see that one. I think it's the best tour tiers video we've done, just because of the information that he gave.
Okay.
It's going to the video will be about an hour and 20, hour and 15 long. It was a brutal day out there. There was like 50-mile-per-hour winds, but he literally, like, what I've been thinking about my game, he hit the nail on the head.
Okay.
And there was like 3 or 4 things that I was like, yeah. And it made the way he explained it, and a few scenarios that he said, and then like how he sort of put it side by side against his game. It was really, really good.
Would you categorize it as, did he pick out maybe your mental approach, your technical ability, or your course management? Where would you say most of that advice come from?
Course management.
Okay. Like
game management, basically. But yeah, you go and watch it. It will be like, that'll be out probably in about 2 or 3 weeks, I would say. But yeah, so we've signed the deal, and looking at the comments that we've seen coming in the first hour, everyone's really happy. We're quite transparent. Obviously, money was a part of it.
Of course it is.
I'm a small business owner, and we want to invest in the team. We've obviously got Joe coming on in a minute, who does a sterling job of filming everything and editing and everything.
Joe's not cheap.
He's not.
He's an expensive man.
No. I've got to keep taking him to the old courses. It's going to get more and more. But yeah, to take a bit of pressure off his shoulders, to take some pressure off my shoulders, to not be doing as many things, and we can bring another couple of staff members in, hopefully, over the next year or so. Then we can expand and make better videos, and also work along with Mizuno to help them grow some of their socials as well, and they're invested in us growing. So it's quite positive. It was a bit of a nerve-wracking decision, I think, to start off with, but one that over the last couple of months, as we've not rushed into it, it's we can see that it's going to be a long and successful partnership, hopefully.
Yep. No, I definitely agree. Shall we? We've spoke a lot about Joe already. Shall we bring him in? I really want to hear about.
He's got his course planner out. He's got his scorecard out. I hope he's not like my dad in that he's going to talk us through every single shot that he hit. But yeah, I think it's time. Let's get a first time player's view of what it's like to play the old course. So,
and if we get to 2,000 subscribers by the end of the week, we'll buy another microphone.
Yeah,
and we'll all jump in this conversation. So I'm going to jump out of the hot seat.
I did actually order one the other day.
Over to Joe, and I will be back in 20 minutes if he tells us every shot. I'll go and get a pint next door.
Yeah, bring me one.
Come on in, Joe.
Yeah, let's bring him on in. So, Mr. Joe Charlton, our head of content, our esteemed cameraman. You might see him now and again on videos, just lurking in the background.
Hello there.
How does it sound to hear your own voice?
Yeah, it's a bit odd.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
Yeah. So first time how this basically came about, my friend who's a member here, Rob, who we had on the channel about 3 months ago?
Yep, filming at the Dukes.
Yeah, filmed at the Dukes, did the 30-shot challenge with him. If you haven't seen him, we'll throw his Instagram handle up here. Ogling, is it?
Ogling, yeah, I think
Ogling.
it is.
I'll just
phenomenal
find
sand art.
But he's the guy who does all the sand art over on the West Sands beach, which is literally just over here. So when you see those things at the Open at St Andrews or like at the Dunhill that said congratulations the other week, that was Rob. Yeah, so it is Ogling, Ogleing. He's a member here at the Old Course, and then Fraser also, who works up at the Dukes. Rob had put in for the ballot for us, and you only find out 2 days before. So even though he's a member, it's not guaranteed that you're going to get a time. So I'd said to Joe, we're going up. It's the last time we're going up this year. We normally come for sort of 3 days. We're here for 5, I think, this week. So I said, first day we go up, let's have a little bit of a rest day because we're normally chock-a-block. We're going to play the Old Course. You've done well this year. You've worked hard. My treat. Let's get on there. Didn't stop texting me. Are we on
all
yet?
Saturday.
Yeah. Are we on yet? Are we on yet? What time are we off? When are we pegging off? Who are we playing with? Do you know what the window's going to be like? But how was me saying we're going to play the Old? What's that like? Firstly, like the anticipation of potentially playing it because it wasn't a given.
So when you first said it, that it was a possibility, I was thinking that'd be all right. It'd be decent, but I was never in my mind thinking, right, we're definitely going to do it. It's obviously very hard to get on. A lot of factors that go into it. We were thinking we might not be up in time to get the tea time or what have you. And also I didn't want to have that thought in my head like buzzing. I'm playing the Old Course now, and then you'd say, sorry, Rob didn't get a time or something like that. So I was trying to keep the
text to a minimum.
Yeah, keep the anticipation a bit low. But then when you said that, when it wasn't even we're on. It was a bit of a coded message. It was just a thumbs up, and I thought, what could that mean? And then obviously confirmed, and Ellen, my girlfriend, will vouch for this. I was literally doing laps of the front room.
Were you?
She was like, what do you mean? Like, you're just playing golf? I was like, no, not just playing golf.
No.
So yeah, when you first confirmed, I was buzzing, and then straight to the Shot Scope app, straight to watching course vlogs, straight to thinking, what am I going to do on here? What am I going to do on there? And yeah, I was buzzing.
Yeah, that like you say, straight to the Shot Scope app. So from where I live in Warrington, it's 5 hours exactly to the door of here. Now, when we got in the car, we set off on Tuesday, I think it was.
Yeah, Tuesday morning.
6:45 was it?
Yeah.
Right. Tea time was at 2:00. Said, what are you thinking about it? Like, when do you think your nerves are going to kick in? And it was like, probably when I'm walking onto the putting green. I was like, yeah, whatever. About 30 minutes later, Shot Scope app came out, and you were constantly putting clubs in. I was like peeking over. What do you think about what? What do you think of your favourite driver here? And it was quite impressive. So when did the nerves actually kick in?
Do you know what? I felt like I actually kept my nerves together okay. Like, even it definitely helped that we went to the range before and got to hit a few balls.
Yeah, had a pint of Guinness. Settle your nerves.
Of Guinness, yeah. Bit of Dutch courage beforehand, and even sort of like when we got given like the course planner and the scorecard and stuff, I was like just more like buzzing to go and play.
Yeah,
and then even putting, like I was, having a bit of a putt around the putting green, looking forward to it, and then as soon as I stepped, it was almost like crossing that line, that white line, yeah. And then I was getting a bit more nervous, bit more nervous, seeing the blokes in front of us tee off, and saw a couple low skidders, few tops, and I was thinking, please God, don't let that be me. And then Fraser, who we were playing with, sort of did a tee flip between me and him to see who was leading us off, and the first one landed literally dead in the middle, so he did it again, and then it flipped onto me, and I was thinking,
no,
right, yeah, that's when it first started kicking in, and I can't remember the name of the chap who
Eddie.
was Eddie, yeah, who sort of came and was asking us asking if obviously you boys have played it.
Yeah,
I was the first timer, so he sort of gave me the spiel.
It is good, that, isn't it? Like,
yeah,
that's
it's
like
really
when
good.
you get really into it, and they come down on the tee, they tell you the flag positions, a little bit of the history of it, and what to expect, and so on and so forth. And like you can see, like you were like me, Fraser, and Rob are all in the background doing our own thing, but it is nice. And I think I would say I was probably a bit more nervous the first time I played, because I played it with my dad the first time, and it was when we were like checking in, like, oh god, like this is happening, and then I was, because the wind was into off the left when we played as well. First time as well. Today, when we played yesterday, it was down off the right.
Down,
it was like, oh, perfect. When this just hit a choppy slice down the middle, but and then talk us through your first tee shot.
So as you say, on the way up, questioning what to hit. I definitely didn't want to hit either a 3-wood or a hybrid, because I know just not too confident with them. But then all these thoughts were going through my head, like, obviously it's a massive fairway, so
Biggest in golf, yeah.
Biggest in golf. But I was thinking, if I hit a 4-iron, don't quite get it, I've got miles in.
Yeah.
I've got so when my intended shot was sort of a chippy driver, I fancied just get it running, and then obviously the nerves and the adrenaline kind of kicked in and just pretty much just blasted it.
It was like you could see as you got like, you get right, you're going first, Joe, lead us away, have a good game, lads. And I would have said you're a chatty lad. You got quiet on the putting green. It was like, you're all right, Joe. Yeah. And you could sort of see like, all right, he's getting
just doing my drills.
Yeah, he's focused, like ready to go. But then it was like, right, here we go. And literally, ball was down, couple of practice swings behind it, and just let loose on it. It was like, oh wow, that's long.
Yeah, and then
and it was straight down the middle,
straight
though, wasn't
down the middle, absolutely pured it. And I've got terrible eyesight, so I just seen it going out and bouncing down the middle, and then I was thinking, ooh, that is getting a bit close to that burn. Wasn't sure, and then I'm pretty sure, like, you and Fraser and Rob probably thought that it was in the burn.
We all went, oh yeah, Rob went, and Rob Caddy's here as well, doing the stand out, and he was like, unlucky man. Yeah,
and Eddie was like, oh, there's a bit of a dip down there. Maybe it's in there. And I was thinking, he might just be saying that to comfort me here. But obviously got down there and found like this.
I didn't even know that piece of land. Yeah, I didn't know it existed. So if you think of the old course, if you're listening now or you're watching, if you think of the first hole, where the brook is, or the burn, to the left of the green there was a little gorse bush. Like it's iconic.
Yeah.
It just pops up. It's in between the green and the little bridge. Yeah. It is, like you say, it's your aiming point. There's about as much of this table here that we're on, half this table, of like this weird little like kidney hip that sort of the brook just, it's a straight line but has a hip.
Yeah.
Joe sat there perfectly on it, like pin high front with the green. It was, and as I say, I didn't even know that was there. Like, I've played it countless times, walked across that fairway hundreds of times.
Yeah.
Didn't even see it. But
it was obviously to get down there and see that my ball was safe, and then as well, just to know that I've only got a chip in to the first green. I was
instead of your 4-iron.
yeah, instead of thinking 4-iron into it. Yeah, that did kind of settle me down as well, because then I've not got to hit a proper full out golf shot. Then I can just
a lot of people would be nervous with that though over the water.
Yeah, not me. It was all right.
It's just a baller. Brilliant. And then the whole experience then as a whole, was it better or less than you thought it would be?
It's tough that, because I came up last October and played the New and the Jubilee and the Castle with my dad. That was brilliant. Obviously, great golf courses, but it's not the old course.
Yeah.
I would say the whole experience of it. So obviously we got a brilliant day of it. Like the weather was really good.
Yeah.
Like I said before, we got there early.
Good company.
Yeah.
Right, you're not coming next year.
Yeah. Cheers, Robin Fraser.
Yeah.
Went to the range, obviously had lunch in the Jigger, had a Guinness in there. Obviously then went and met Robin Fraser, pint in the Dunvegan afterwards.
Yeah.
The whole day and the whole experience was brilliant. Like the golf was okay on my part. I felt
you played well, I thought, overall.
Like I didn't disgrace myself.
No, well, we won 4 and 3, didn't we? So,
we smashed them in the match, yeah. But yeah, it was right up there. Like, I heard so much about the golf course. Obviously, so much about it, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's good, but it's just, it's just the 1st, the 17th, and the 18th." And then, I've had that in my mind as we were going around, and I was like, "Nah, that's not the case."
I would say I've been guilty of that in the past, saying, "Oh yeah, you could just do those and forget those." But the more and more you play it, the more appreciation you get of it, and then the sort of the history of the place as well.
Yeah.
It does get better and better. I think the more and more you play, if you are lucky to experience that, you sort of appreciate it more every time.
Yeah,
definitely.
Going back, and then you've obviously got past memories of what you did in that hole. Or I'm not going to do that again. I did this last time.
Yeah.
Or I remember the green from that. It was great. It was, like I said, perfect weather for it. Well, it didn't rain for one, which is good in October in Scotland. So you'd take that.
Yeah. Excellent. Well, good experience. And then we got to actually experience the new golf club, don't we? Which is where I think there could be a better view, which is where the new clubhouse is. You sit right above the 18th green. This is incredible. But that was quite special. Rob took us in, and we were very fortunate to sort of experience that and see all the history, all Tom Morris's clubs and things like that.
Yeah.
Really sort of top the whole experience off. So very good. Next year we're playing the local Dino Falls at Trafford Golf Centre, so you'll have a good one there. But
excellent.
Thank you for that. We're gonna call Tom back in now and get into some YouTube's best golfers. Like I say, we're going to be picking 2 golfers for each category. The categories that we will be picking are coaching, they are playing / entertainment, and then tech. So club reviews. We're taking our channel out of it, obviously, because it's biased and we are the best. But yeah, we're going to go through it. Do you want to lead us off with a particular one?
Yeah, can I just say, just sitting there listening to that, by the way, behind the camera, I just sat there for 10 minutes with a smile on my face, because that experience is overwhelming to everyone. And the initial question you say to Joe there of how did it feel, even the next day you're almost left a little bit speechless, because the answer you just want to kind of say, amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. I'd do it again. You don't quite know how to sum it up, and I think after playing it a few times now, I still couldn't quite sum up the feelings that you get playing it, teeing off the first. And I would say anybody who's a golf fan, doesn't really matter what it costs. You've got to come up here, you've got to play it. Yeah,
it's got to be, whether it's your one big treat that you give to yourself in your golfing life or something, but it is true. The whole place is special, to be fair. And even if you can't get onto that one, we've played the Eden today, and that was top class, and it was literally 30 paces away from the 14th fairway. I'm not even up here playing this week. I just sat in a taxi 45 minutes ago. I'm just driving into the town. I'm a little bit of a buzz, a bit excited, and like I say, I'm not even teeing it up. It's just a special place. It is. So yeah, YouTube's best golfer, coaching, playing / entertainment. As we are, I would say, predominantly coaching when we talk on this podcast. Let's start with coaching. Okay, we'll go there first.
Do you want me to throw a couple of things at you, or do you want to come up with your ideas?
You go with me. You throw some stuff at me.
Okay. As you said yesterday, sort of try and pick the best golf coaching channels. It's a difficult one, I think, for me, because I was trying to put myself in the shoes of a student, first of all, and sort of I've got two. I've got an all-round.
That was the criteria you get to, yeah.
If you're a golfer.
Yeah.
But then I've also got one from sort of my point of view as well, which is maybe a little bit more a little bit more sciencey, maybe not for everyone, but I do think they do a really good job of educating people. So I'm going to go with, we could probably call him a local lad when we talk about the whole world, but I'm going to go with Danny Maud for the all-round
number one
golf coaching, number one.
Yeah.
That is very simple. I think the main sort of bullet point I take from him is he's got a wealth of experience. You can tell he's taught thousands of golf lessons.
Yeah.
Very simple, and he's quite fast-paced and upbeat. He'll definitely keep you interested.
Yes.
And I think by far the big standout from him is he's so passionate about it.
Yeah.
So passionate about helping people. I don't think you can go far wrong with Danny.
No, I would totally agree. I would say for me, in number one spot is Danny. Like you say, the simplicity and the way he explains everything. I don't like sort of, I call it jargon when you're giving a golf lesson or getting a golf lesson. When you go over scientific and just sort of, I think some coaches go down an avenue of like, well, I'm going to prove to you that I'm more intelligent than you. I'm not going to like fix your golf swing, but you're going to know that I know these words by the end of this lesson. You're like, all right, mate, did you actually help me? I think there's some people out there like that as well. With Danny, I think, even if he had a great coach, a great player versus a beginner, I think he would help them along the way, and does very, very good stuff. Like you say, I always think he's a good storyteller. Ironically, first time I played the old course was with Danny. Me, my dad, Danny, and Danny's dad.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
good football.
Yeah, good. He's a good player as well. Danny. He can get it round. But yeah, I would say number one for me would be Danny Maud.
Okay, so we both agreed on that. So we're going to end up with possibly 3 instead of 4 total.
Yes.
What's your number 2 then, coach?
I was lost here.
Okay.
Because I sort of would go, right, well, is it me and my golf?
Mm-hmm.
Been around for a long time.
They have.
Done a lot of great stuff. Just trying to look when the first video was here. I had it on my phone before. Again, sort of simple, beginner-based, mid-handicap that you would tend to see out there.
Yeah.
And I generally like a lot of the stuff. I think, I've looked at, when I'm thinking of this, I'm thinking more from the sort of student size or people who are going to be watching the videos. I think you just can't go wrong with, their stuff.
That's fair.
I don't think it's going to lead you down any.
They were definitely up there for me. And if anybody was going to go and subscribe to a platform, they've obviously got a big subscription platform now.
Yeah.
And I think they've got sort of break 80 plans, break 90 plans. So I'm sure the back catalogue is quite good as well and beneficial to golfers.
Yeah.
They've put a lot of work into it. They're both based over, is it California now? They're both on the West Coast.
Where we filmed out at their golf course last year. It was the Grand, wasn't it?
So yeah, they're up there for me as well, 100%.
Yeah. There was one other one. I've totally misplaced it here. The Art of Simple Golf.
Okay, yeah.
I think that was very sort of interesting stuff. I like that sort of stuff. It's, similar to how I would give a golf lesson, and I think you can't go wrong with them again. Of. And I think like when we're looking at this as well, there's we've got to look that the average golfer's 18 handicap, aren't they? And I think the game can get overcomplicated sometimes, and if we can make it a little bit simpler, we can, it can help a lot of people as soon as we start going crazy with some of it. I think it's...
Yeah, no, I agree. And I might slightly combat that now with my second one as well, which is athletic motion golf.
Yeah, I like them.
Now, athletic motion straight away throws maybe a little bit sciencey stuff at you, and when you see some of their videos, they've got the body tracks and about how much pelvis rotation you get, how much shoulder rotation you get, and it will become a little bit more, as you say there, sort of golf jargon. But I think it educates people in language about the game, about what certain movements do, what they shouldn't do. They really put good visuals into the videos with the body track stuff.
Yeah.
And I think the main thing I like about them is they don't instruct you what to do. They don't tell you what you should do in your golf swing. They just simply educate you about other golf swings. They do a lot of professional versus amateur comparisons. Tell you what pros do well, what amateurs don't do so well.
Yeah.
It's a great channel. They do a really good. I think Mike and Sean, the pros' names are.
Yes.
Do a really good job of it. I love it.
I do like their stuff. One other mention that I've been watching a bit of at the minute. Mark Blackburn, Justin Rose's coach, teaches Max Homer as well. He's been on Golf Science Lab quite a bit of late.
Yeah.
He's some good stuff, and I listened to him on Claude Harmon's podcast the other week, and I thought it was very interesting.
They're just below us in podcast rankings, those two, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, it's just never going to be us.
They'll
You
get
can
there
try.
one day.
You can try,
they'll get there
but,
one
you
day.
know. But yeah, I would go down that route.
We've got a good broad range there, I think, as well.
Yeah.
We've ended up throwing, I think, 5 out there.
Yeah.
Come up with a few.
I think with it, and what we'll caveat this little sort of chart we're putting together, all personal preference.
Of course it is.
Someone might listen to this and go, Danny Maud, are you taking the mick? No, worst golf coach I've ever seen. If that's what you think, right, that's you. Like, not up to me to convince you, but I would certainly suggest, you look at those that we have mentioned, because I think for the majority, sort of knowing our audience, I think that's going to help you out.
Yeah. Definitely.
In a good way.
And it's back to the golden rule we spoke about many times, is it doesn't mean you turn Danny Maud's channel on and try and apply everything he says.
Yes.
It's not about applying everything.
No.
It's about watching a few bits, getting some entertainment, a little bit of education, and make sure you apply what's right to you.
Exactly. Right.
Playing or tech?
Let's go tech.
Okay.
Start with your second pick.
Uh,
Don't give us your numero uno.
I
I think this one could be like a
It might be for you. These for me, I think, are going to be very sort of basic. I'm going to go with, I haven't really got them in order. I'm going to go James Robinson first for out of my 2.
Okay.
James Robinson.
Didn't see that one coming. No.
Why not?
He's good.
Okay.
I like James, top lad. Does some good videos.
Mm-hmm.
I think there's better people out there for tech though.
Okay. I'll tell you why I picked James in a second, and then you give me your tech one.
Okay. Oh, I've been fighting this in my head all day. Who's going to be number 1 or number 2?
Okay.
I'm going to put TXG, or formerly TXG, or club champion now as they are,
Okay.
Ian Fraser and the gang, at number 2 for me. Purely because their wealth of knowledge is fantastic. They are working in the environment where they are fitting people with tech, so they're seeing it happen.
Yeah.
They're getting Joe Bloggs walking in off the street. They're getting John Smith. They're getting, what's his face? He's coming in, she's coming in, and they're seeing what's happening with those clubs. So they understand the technology. Ian used to be on tour as well, I believe, with TaylorMade.
Okay.
Worked for TaylorMade for a long time, so knows his onions.
Yeah.
And I think, for me, it's a little bit more niche, I would say.
Okay.
It's not like Danny Maud of coaching. I think it gets into the weeds a little bit more.
Okay, you see, I've gone with the more broad. I've done the Danny Maud thing and gone with the more broad aspect of, I think a lot of looking at club reviews are mainly tech stuff. I think sits more on the entertainment side a lot of the time, because you've got to go and put the clubs in your hand.
You've got to hit them.
So I think going into all of the detail for most golfers, they might start to try and preempt decisions before they even go. Whereas you look at sort of more entertainment stuff of, let's put fake shaft in a real club, or maybe let's then go and review this new sort of driver out on the embargo. There's a little bit of everything, a bit more entertainment going on there.
Yeah.
And a bit of fun for people.
Okay. Who's your number 1?
I was going with, you can't knock it. He's got his own channel for it. There's the Hit channel, and Rick just reviews every golf club on looks, gives you the most basic outlook. You can say what it looks like, how it feels, where you get it, what the cost is. You make your decision and get to the shop. I think it's the most basic review you can get, and you can you know what you're going for.
Yeah, I think that's not going to be my number one.
Nope, I didn't think it would be.
But I would say what they do over there, Rick's a good friend of mine and known him for a long, long time, and to see where his reviews have evolved from where he was in the Bay at Trafford with the GC2 and the HMT to where they are now, like you say, the Hit Studio. A fantastic, when you think of like outside of golf, like a tech reviewer, he's our Marcus Brownlee.
It's a really simple formula, isn't it?
Yeah,
for how he reviews
yeah. But I think the packaging of it all as well, from our standpoint and being a bit of a YouTube nerd, the way the way they're filmed, the way the camera angles, the different segments they have in, the way they're edited, I think that is a very good product. But he's not my number one.
Okay, go.
Chris Trott.
Okay, fair.
I think if you want tech advice, the only issue with Chris, and it'll be a bit like us, now that we've signed a Mizuno deal, it's one brand. But he's not saying, is this new driver any good? Yes, no. He's like, right, okay, who's this club for? You could argue it's maybe not tech, it's consumer advice. Yeah, it's consumer advice. But I think, I was lucky enough to get a fitting with him, and it was the best club fitting I've ever had. I was like, oh my God, and I was a bit like, I've got an issue with my foot at the minute, and that was playing up back then a year ago. And even then, I wasn't hitting it as good. And he just got me ripping it, and what he doesn't know about a golf club isn't worth knowing.
Yeah, you've
I don't
said that
think.
Before. I've never had a conversation with him, but you have said that even just sitting in the office.
Yeah, he's just mega. And I think if you're looking for golf club advice, not just is this new Callaway any good?
Yeah,
Chris is your man. Like, he will educate you on the decisions you're making about your bag setup, about what what wedge is best for you, or what you're looking for from it. Like, even going for a fitting, he does a really good, some good fittings, and then sort of explains, what should you be looking for.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my number uno.
Very good. One more segment. We are playing.
Yeah.
Okay. You didn't.
My
fry ball striker.
Top thinner.
You didn't. You could go again so many different ways on this. Still got stinging hands from a cold thin today.
Did I sin any today?
Par 3.
Oh yeah, that
thinned it on a par 3 off a tee.
It was nearly a shank.
Oh, lovely.
I had a 2 flighted shanks today.
Shank last week.
Oh yeah.
You had a couple of Healy ones at the start of the last round of golf we were out with as well.
Yeah.
Last week.
It's my miss. Handle
Perfect.
raises up. Yeah.
Healy, shanky, thinny, stinging hands. Good fun.
Top notch.
We didn't talk about this in prep to say whether we were talking about best player, as in just serious ball striker, best content creator. So I just kind of taken my own route on it, whether it would be people preferring to watch it, whether we're talking about top quality golf. Both of these players are very good players regardless. Are you going first on me?
I will go second.
Second. And have you gone down the route of best player likely to shoot the lowest score, or best content creator makes the best movies?
I don't know, now you think of it. Probably more content.
Okay.
Because I don't really care for watching. I don't care. If I want to watch something good, just turn on the PGA Tour and get depressed then.
All right.
Wow, they hit it 320 down the middle and wedged it to a foot and tapped it in. I feel bad about my game.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and obviously the argument's pretty who's the best YouTube golfer? It's Bryson. End of discussion.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah, that's fair.
Who's second best? Wesley Bryan. Done.
So
third, me. Done.
So Bryson's actually on there as mine, as one of them.
Yeah.
And it is a part of it, sort of couple of things. A, the guest he gets on, okay, a bit biased. Of course, he's going to get access to the people he gets access to.
Yeah.
So really good insight when you get the likes of Trump on and you're playing John Daly video, class, loads of fun. I think it's quite educational as well. It's a really good insight.
Yes, he knows the game, doesn't he? He's a student of the game, and he's in a position that only one other golfer really on YouTube is in Wesley Bryan. who's, you know, been there and done it.
Yeah.
You know, we like, you know, myself, Rick, anyone who's a good amateur, you know, a young amateur, when you're starting out, you want to get on tour, don't you?
You do.
You know,
100%.
every putt, you know, that you're practicing for is that, you know, the old, oh, this is for the Open, this is for the Masters, and those two boys have gone on to do it.
Yeah. No, I think Bryson gives everybody such a good insight into his mindset on the course. His approach. Okay, we don't all get to stand there and bomb it at green from. It can be a bit unrealistic when he's trying to hit it at green from 380.
Yeah. Love to see him out on the old, you know, in a bit of 50 mile per hour wind yesterday.
Wouldn't have worked, would it?
After he's had 2 Guinness and a whiskey shot. Wouldn't be getting that driver out.
No, he'd be scared, wouldn't he?
Yes.
He'd leave the driver to you.
Yeah, he'd break 90.
Yeah, and break 50 is good fun as well, of course.
It is good, and he is my number 2 as well. I think, like you say, great. Obviously, in a good position that he knows a lot of these people already, so he can get them on and do some good stuff with it. But I think, you know, his rise, as it were, through the YouTube ranks straight away is brilliant. And I wouldn't have said, if you asked me sort of 2-3 years ago, would you watch would you want to see Bryson do a golf like YouTube? I'd be like,
probably not.
No.
Yeah.
Like, he's a bit out there, and he'll be a bit stiff, but he's, you know,
didn't expect it to come out the way it came out.
It's sort of like, I think he's turned a lot of people's opinions on him, and it's some really good stuff that he does.
Yeah. Okay.
Number 1.
Go on.
Now, I'm cheating here.
Why are you cheating?
Because I've got a tag team duo.
Okay.
It's obviously record breakers, Pete Finch and Matt Fryer.
That your number 1?
No. But that
thought you were going to go there.
That is, like, I would put that as one of the top 3 series on YouTube for golf.
Yeah, it's class. It is good.
Not blowing our own trumpet, but we filmed one the other day at West Lancs.
Good fun.
It was brilliant.
Yeah.
I had so much fun. It was a cold, windy day.
Yeah.
I can't wait for that video to go out. It's going to be class. And like me, I don't know what it is like with me and Pete. We just gel so well.
Well, you've been mates for how long?
7 years.
Yeah.
Let's say something like that. So I met Pete through Rick. And I already knew Carter through another mutual friend. But yeah, I think we've hit the nail on the head on that one. But that isn't my number 1.
Okay,
it is another duo.
Go on.
I think the best thing I've seen in like the entertainment golfing sort of course vlog type, Brian Brose and Grant Horvat, the cuts.
Yeah.
Just mega.
I've got Brian Brose on mine.
Have you?
Yeah.
And they're lovely guys. I filmed with Wes. Glasses is Wes. No, George. George's glasses. Yeah, I always forget. I keep getting
George the 4th.
George the 4th. Sounds like a Christmas date, that. But yeah, top bloke. And those videos are fantastic. Yeah. Like, obviously, Grant's doing a similar sort of thing, and Wes and George are as well, like with what they do with Bryson and stuff like that. It seems to be like America's popping off at the minute. It was very much the UK for a long time.
Yeah.
And now America seems to be like where all the big things are happening. But those ones, I've actually sat and watched them. Like, with no disrespect to Rick, would I watch a break 75 from start to finish? No. Would I watch one of Pete's videos, you know, without me on it? No. Any good stuff? I'm sort of no thanks. Those cut videos.
Well, they're initially what I said before about I didn't know whether we meant to go down the actual ball striker route or the good videos route.
Yeah.
And they absolutely just take both.
It looks, you know, like they've hit the nail on the head in terms of all categories, doesn't it?
Yeah.
They've got the player,
yeah,
and then their edit team behind it, and obviously the venues and the idea for it as well. Yeah. It all just goes into one, and it's very good.
Yeah, like I say, they tick a lot of boxes.
Yeah.
Okay, very good.
Good that. I didn't think we'd have as many similarities.
There's a lot out there, isn't there? Ultimately. Yeah. And yeah, we come across the same similarities.
Yeah. But I think that from our side as well, when we're working in it, we've got an idea of what our audience are as well. So you'll probably have that eye on everything. Like, okay, will those dots line up? And yeah, I think there's lots of good stuff there. And if we haven't mentioned, the ones that you would rate in your own views, you'd leave us a comment on the podcast, on the YouTube, and on any other ones as well, because there are fantastic channels out there, and just because we haven't mentioned them all doesn't mean we don't rate them.
No, couldn't possibly mention them all, could we?
No, we'll be here for a long
days.
time.
Right, Matt, Ryder Cup.
As
I said, we're 352 days away.
That's why I signed with Mizuno. Donald's the captain, so I'm hoping for an assistant captain spot.
You could get the captain's pick.
Yeah, just imagine these headphones and like a little walkie earpiece. Luke, you just missed it, Luke.
Be there first tee. Cheerleader, getting the claps going. So we have Ryder Cup next September.
Yeah.
Over in New York, and for the sort of qualification process, I'm sure not most people know, but basically six players are just automatically in.
Yeah.
We're going to pick 6 captains picks, are we? We're going to choose our team, because I think the other 6 we haven't got the choice of.
Yeah.
So should we put ourselves in the driver's seat as captain?
I'm just saying now, we're above the road hole. Road hole Rob is not getting in. He's a disgrace. Absolute disgrace. To say that this hole should be blown up, he needs that something just can't happen. He's not allowed. He should be banned from the Ryder Cup for that.
Fine.
Just putting that one out there, guys.
So we are in the driver's seat as a captain.
Yes.
And we got 6 players to pick.
Yeah.
Shall we? I've got the list here. Should we just talk quickly who the automatic qualifiers are first? Do you know the list? Who would be in if the Ryder Cup was tomorrow?
I did have it up before. I took a screenshot. 1 second. Well, I could pretty much remember it. It was Rory.
Yeah.
It was Tommy Fleetwood. It was Ludwig. Was Fitz on? There's Fitzpatrick. No, he's not got in yet. Tommy, Rory, Ludwig. Who else? Was Rasmus's?
Yep.
Rasmus Højgaard.
We might be at what page were you on there for that, by the way?
I can't remember. Let me have a quick look here now. I think it was just a European.
Because I was having a quick read before on the train, and the qualification process is a little different. It's really strange. I haven't quite got my head fully around it yet.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm on the Ryder Cup rankings here.
RyderCup.com.
On the actual page.
Yeah.
And we've got the top 6.
Yeah.
There's the team. So we've got no Tommy in there at the minute.
Oh, yeah. Right. I must have.
He's out.
You're
so
out.
I think it ends up with quite a...
Højgaard, McIlroy, Matt Wallace. Norgard, Tyrrell Hatton, and Hidalgo. Is this... Right, just on this, obviously we've taught live and stuff in the past. I don't know many of them names.
What, once you get just past them 6? And even with Hidalgo, I suppose. But
if we went down to...
is 7th.
Yeah.
John
Wasn't he on Challenge Tour last year?
8th. Yeah. I jumped into his stats before thinking, has he done some bits? I think he's won 1 and not much else. So...
How's Matty Manacero above Aaron Rai? He won on the PGA Tour the other week.
So it's to do with the weighting of each tournament. So there's 5,000 points up for grabs if you win a major.
Yeah.
There's, I think, 3,000 points up for grabs if you play one of the main events in the PGA Tour.
Yeah.
So the Players, for example. And if you go and win a normal PGA Tour event, as you maybe just said about Aaron Rai,
yes.
Well, it's not worth that much anyway on the DP rankings. So that's why that looks a little strange, because I was surprised when I looked at this. I was more surprised when Tommy's miles down there. That's what made me think, what's going on? Am I on the wrong list?
Mm.
So we've got those 6 players already in.
Are we having those 6s?
Well, they're in. Ryder Cup's tomorrow. We've now got to pick 6.
Oh, right, okay.
Wildcard, because that is legit how it will be.
Yeah. Well, it won't be those 6 people. Those 6 people will not be the automatic picks. I guarantee you that now.
Well, no, probably
I'm
not.
Willing to bet everything I own on that.
Do you think, based on that, the players who currently aren't automatically, and will start choosing next season, start choosing their events a lot more carefully.
Yeah, and majors have a huge sway on it as well,
They do.
don't they? So you'll see your likes of like a Fleetwood, let's say, who's guaranteed to play in every major next year.
Yeah.
He'll go bumping up the rankings. He is 10th at the minute, so yeah.
And Rahm and Hatton can still play at the minute.
That's good. I would say Tyrrell Hatton has to be there.
Yeah.
I think he's the most underrated tour pro going.
Yeah.
That shot he hit into here, by the way, on 17. Did you see it?
Last week,
That 7-wood.
Yeah.
That was just
So good.
high quality. That
Yeah.
that was proper. And to be fair, Colsaerts, who's 11th on the list, he's up and down on there. Both just literally over there. He's hit it down to front right, and he's not the worst chipper in the world, but he's been a bit shaky. He's obviously had health issues that he's been off with. But that up and down that he made as well on 17.
I didn't see it.
He's hit. He had 219 from just over here.
Okay.
He's hit down to the front corner of the green, basically about 20 yards shy, maybe 15 yards shy. Pin sort of up the top, and he's pitched in. It's probably about a 40-yard pitch.
On the TV, you got no idea how steep that.
Yeah,
green is
that
at the front.
incline is, yeah. So he's hit it to like 8 foot and knocked it in.
Nice.
Yeah, it was a ballsy move. Right, so who are we going? So we've got Hogard, McIlroy, Wallace, Norgard, Hatton, and Hidalgo are in.
Yeah.
I've totally butchered that name. So 6 more picks to go. Now, looking at the rankings, what shall we say as well, just so it's not like, oh, well, I'll just put Fitzpatrick, Fleetwood, Lowry.
Fitzpatrick's not in my Ryder Cup team.
Oh, okay.
Needs to start winning some points first.
We're going to cut it. Shall we say we cut it at the top 30 of where we are? That would make it hard.
Make it very hard.
Yeah.
Well, so we can't just go and pick.
That's what I mean.
The
Just pick the
proper
last 6 who were in it. Big Shot Bob, Road Hole Rob. No.
All right. Okay, so we've got to go outside the top 30.
We'll go 50. 50's good.
Outside the top 50.
And just to give you a rundown on who is in those spots. So from 7 all the way down to 50. Manacero, Rahm, Garcia Herrera or something, Fleetwood, Colsaerts, Forrester, Matt Baldwin, Beef Johnson, Jordan Smith, Alex Fitzpatrick, Campillo, Coe, McIntyre, Lowry, Rye, Nørgaard Peterson, Luton, Villant, Dan Brown.
Can't put Dan Brown in. He's too good.
I would. Dan's in for me.
Oh, so we're starting at 25 now then.
No, that's Dan's all the way.
Dan's
Yeah,
at
so
25,
we're
isn't
into
he?
50. Rosner, Gugler, Severson, Cussard, Armitage, Ferrabring. I shouldn't be reading these names.
No. I'm going to get in
McKibben,
trouble.
Olsen, Paul, Ortega, Ramsey, Winther, Paul Waring, Connor Sign, Todd Clements, Andrew Rye, Hall, Pavon, Harrington's 45. I'd love to see Harrington in it. Rotluff, Shot, Laporte,
City player.
Laporta, Pepperell, and Alex Noren.
Okay.
Matt Fitzpatrick, where's he?
Matt Fitzpatrick has got about 8 points
68.
down the very bottom.
68.
Yeah.
Wow. Right. Let's fire through these.
Go for it. Give me a pick.
Shane Lowry,
Okay. He is my number 1.
20. Is he?
We're going to end up agreeing on this.
Yeah.
Shane Lowry is top of my list there. 100%. He's a cheerleader, isn't he?
Yeah.
Cheerleader,
Proper
beer,
talisman.
Party animal.
Proper talisman. Tommy Fleetwood.
Yeah, in mine as well. Okay.
So we're up to 7 and 8.
Yeah.
I think this is where it starts getting hard now. Do you know what? I'm going to put Aaron Ryan.
Okay.
I think the sort of right, he's having this just sort of upward trend, isn't he? Of just getting better and better and better and better and better. And it's not like he's gone, oh, last year he had a flash in the pan. He's done like consistently evolving as we go on. So Aaron's in.
Well.
Is he in for you?
No, but I've gone on a Because are we just stuck on that list? Because I've got Victor Hovland next. You can't leave him out.
Oh, yeah, Vicky. Yeah.
You can't turn up to a Ryder Cup, chip in on the first, high five, fist pump, and not play the Ryder Cup for the rest of your life.
He's out with an injury now, isn't he? I don't know what the injury is. Yeah, there was something about him being out with an injury the other day.
So Victor's in for me. And he beat Morikawa 4-3, which was just an absolute beating.
I love that.
Good.
I love that.
Okay. Who have you got next?
Yeah, I'm going to stick Victor in as well.
So you're going there next?
Yeah.
Fine. Ludwig is in next for me.
Ludwig.
He's not DP Tour ranks, but he'd get in on a pick, wouldn't he? Because he's on PGA Tour.
Yeah.
So that's why he's not there.
Right.
Because if he's not played enough your DP events, then he hasn't got enough points. Okay. That's why Fitzpatrick's
down there as well. So so they're going to obviously come good. Yeah, Ludwig's going to be there. Yeah. So that was an easy pick. I've had 5. You've had 4.
Yeah, correct. Have you had 5?
Yeah.
Oh, because you jumped on a Victor as well.
I got straight over Vic.
Okay. This initially had a sort of question mark, but it didn't have a question mark initially, but it's how late we've both chosen. Rahm gets in, doesn't he? He's not actually unofficially on the top 6, but you've got to pick him. He's just won. However, every time he's turned up back on the major rota this year, he's just not done great, has he? But he has just won Live, and he's playing amazing, making all his dollar there.
Yes.
Could you possibly leave him out?
Yes.
See, I was there and I thought, if I turn up and say, leaving Rahm out of the Ryder Cup, I might make it out of this room. Like you and Joe beating me up.
My only thing would be, who's our experienced talisman? Is it to the point now where Rory is that?
Rory, isn't he?
Rory's younger than me, though.
You're getting on.
Yeah. But, like, Justin Rose last time, fantastic job in that scenario, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Like your Graham McDowell when he had Paul McGinley as captain.
I think we are starting to get to that point where you're talking about Tommy and Rory being those boys.
Tommy's
no, but we're not far away from them being the new generation.
I'm still thinking Poulter's under 40. That's what I like in my mind. No one's aged in my mind. No. I'm still 21.
Tommy and Rory are going to start becoming your new age of the old boys now.
Yeah, the old guard, yeah. Yeah, it's like Jordan Spieth would be an experienced team voice, wouldn't he, in the American locker room?
Yeah.
Right, so my last pick, I think I'll have to go with Rahm then.
Okay. Is your last pick?
Yeah.
So who have you got different to me? Oh, you got...
I've got Victor.
Yeah.
I've got Shane.
You took
I've
Rye
got Tommy
different to me.
Yeah. I've got Aaron Rye.
Okay.
I have got John Rahm, who was my 6.
You didn't say Aaron Rye then, did you?
Aaron Rye, Tommy Fleetwood,
yeah.
Shane Lowry,
yeah.
Victor Hovland,
yeah.
John Rahm,
and Ludwig.
There we go. Okay. That's my 6.
My last addition, and he did get. I think I'll say the first sentence, and you'll know exactly who it is. He got piggybacked through most of the last one for the start, but you can't argue with the stats and the points. And he's also come very good over the last 12 months. He's grabbed a couple of wins. He stands the wrong side of the golf ball.
You're not putting Big Shot Bob in, are you?
I'm putting Bobby Mack in.
No, banned.
Putting Bobby Mack in?
Banned. No, banned.
He's in. He's going to be playing.
Okay.
Does that cause the argument? Been waiting for an argument on this podcast.
He's a disgrace.
Why is he a disgrace?
How can you say that about the road hole?
Well, okay, he might have had a few beers when he said it.
Well, if he did, fair play.
Silly comment. Silly comment. But you can't argue with the numbers.
It's hurtful.
You can't argue with the numbers you put up. It's hurtful to get beat by USA, and if he's put some numbers up and made some points, then stats don't lie, Matthew.
They don't.
But he did get... I'm giving him one chance because he did get piggybacked. He got Justin... He played...
Justin Rose just
played terribly in the first couple of rounds, and he was in Justin Rose's bag.
Justin Rose was just a legend. I'd even consider putting him back in the team.
Oh, I could swap. I could put Rose in for Bobby Mack.
Get Road Hole Rob and get Rose in.
Deal.
Yeah.
Okay. Bobby Mack's out. Sorry. And Rose is in. I'll do that. And we're all mates again. We can all sleep tonight.
If a written apology will do. Just address it to the home of golf.
Yeah.
And he should go and do it.
Okay. I apologise to everybody.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you don't have to apologise.
Okay. You want him to do it?
Yeah.
I thought you wanted me to apologise.
No.
Okay. Right then, that's our team.
Right, so how many of those do you think are going to make it?
You know what? Most of them. I think our team, considering 4 years ago, 3 years ago, everybody was saying, the European team's doomed for the next 6, 7, 8 Ryder Cups because the USA team was so amazing and up and coming, and then obviously we made a bit of a dent in Rome last year.
Yeah.
And you look at that team now and think, what were we ever worried about?
Yeah. I don't think Hiddle go.
I was going to say, who you picking? Bobby Mack's back in.
No, he's not.
Bobby Mack's back in for Hiddle. What's his name, Matt? Is it?
Jose Maria Olazabal coming in before him.
Hidalgo. It's not that difficult of a name.
Hidalgo. I think he's questionable, and Matt Wallace, I can see.
Matt Wallace dropping off.
Yeah, he's playing very good golf though, so I hope he sustains it because he's doing well. Right then. Some questions to be answered, Thomas. Oh, we've got that one overrated, underrated from someone. Oh,
that was on a comment last week.
Yeah.
On last week's podcast from Mark Burgess. Matt, overrated and underrated. Stack and tilt. Why is there so much negativity from the golfing world? And would you ever recommend it?
It's not for me.
Okay.
I don't like sort of system-based coaching, so I would say it's overrated. Potentially, if you were to go and say this is the only way you can swing it, it's not a one shoe fits all.
No.
A one size fits all game, is it? We're all different shapes, sizes, and it's basically where I won't get fully into it, but you lean, as it were, essentially stack your weight on one side and then you're tilting the club around the body. But it's not for me.
No, I think that
there's some very good elements in it. I think if helps you to strike it,
definitely. Well, the negativity about it is the fact that if somebody classes themselves as a stack and tilt coach, it doesn't matter who you are. That's what you're getting told.
Yeah,
that's the negativity.
I think the some people behind it as well were a bit sort of. It was cult-like in a way.
Which a lot of method stuff can be.
Yeah, it can be. Yeah, like you don't want the A swing by David Leadbetter.
Yeah,
it's the Bible.
But
greatest thing ever.
I've taught stack and tilt to people with bit of mobility issues. They can't.
Yeah,
older
can't
people
shift,
can't turn properly, can't shift. Why are we adding confusion of trying to get your weight back over onto your lead side? Just stay there.
Yeah,
and you do okay. So it's definitely there for the right people, but. Like I say, the negativity about it is that it can feel like a one-size-fits-all technique.
Yeah.
Why are you giggling at what question have you got?
I'm just reading the questions. There's people some of them they put in the mates and stuff. Fred from Golf Swing Systems, who built it, top lad. If I'm trying to get a par and I do one more than that, is it a bogey? Yes, Fred, it is a bogey.
Child.
Right, we're going to go through some of these.
He's giggled right now.
I know, I would be as well. It's brilliant, Mildred. B. Graham, 1987. Should live golfers be allowed to wear their team logos on DP/PJ Tour events? I would say no. Don't care.
Oh, I thought you said you would say. He would say no.
No, yeah, he says. No. I would say no.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm not bothered.
Yeah, it's like
they've got to. It's part of the contract, and
whatever. You might take offence to Adidas.
Yeah.
So it doesn't bother me, and you could almost they're rubbing it in the faces, but I think there's been a lot of I've cut my nose off to spite my own face going on in this whole Live PGA DP World saga. So for me, I'm not fussed.
I wouldn't wear one. I've seen them.
I wouldn't go out and buy one.
No, they're in
the Legion of Doom or whatever it's called.
They're on the shop floor, and I've seen a big rack of them on the shop floor in American Golf the other day.
Did you?
Yep, they've bought them all in. They've got a load of branded caps, a load of branded T-shirts.
Which was it?
Not
Cleats?
for me. They got smashers. They've got a few.
Yeah. There's some cool logos out there, to be fair.
Yeah, but when the logo is the size of your whole left chest, then it's a little bit too much.
Yeah. Okay. So not bothered by it. Next one. This is from Tom Stevens 6. Is there a point where you would suggest a player moves from GI irons,
game improvement,
into player's distance, i.e. P790? As your strike gets more consistent, really. If you're looking for more distance, that's one reason to do it. It could help. If you are getting more, you're not pattering the toe, the heel, the top, the bottom. If you're getting a little bit more, of a central strike consistently, then they could be, it could be time to move on to those, because the only thing you're losing a little bit with the sort of game improvement ones, not as workable.
Yeah.
Cumbersome in looks. A bit more offset, so if you're starting to see that they turn too much to the left for a right-handed golfer because of the offset is aggressive, then it could be that.
We've got somebody who's comments a bit and has a couple of conversations about whenever we mention equipment, and they fully believe that you should start with blades because it'll make you a better player.
Yeah, no.
So basically, just try and avoid that. I think I don't quite agree with that comment.
Yeah,
that'll make it more difficult for you.
Yeah, when your strike gets a little bit more consistent. My golf journey, what do you think of home garage sims? Well, as someone who had one when we had lockdown, I think they're great. If it's, it doesn't have to be, a £50,000, state of the art like our studio back at home is, top notch and cost a few quid to do, and it's got everything we need. It could be that it's a net and a launch monitor without a projector, and it's just a place for you to go and hit golf balls, and you might have like work constraints or family constraints that means that you can only get 30 minutes away from the house or something like that, and if it means you go into there and hit balls into the net. I think did you do one in your garage?
Got one in my dad's garage.
Yeah. I think they're cool. And if you got a launch, if you got some form of launch monitor as well that's giving you reliable data, it's and you know what you're looking for, you're onto a winner.
You can get quite cost-effective or cost-friendly launch monitors now too.
Yeah.
So you can do it for any price. I would say if you got the space, get it done.
Yeah, get it. Yeah, just make sure you've got the room.
If not,
just literally
kick the kids out the spare room and do it in the spare room instead.
You're out, kids. I need to work on my drawers. Right, Anthony Graynolds.
Matt's really struggling with names today.
Yeah, they're all like blended into one.
Joe's sitting over here just chuckling.
It's honestly, we've played 36 holes. It's been a long day.
You have to talk to me for an hour.
Yeah. Hi guys, love the pod. Have you got any drills to help with striking the ball first with irons?
Towel behind the ball. But I just literally released a video this week on it. Go over to the Matt Fry Golf main channel and look at the iron lesson that we did there. Two things. I think one about the impact position is very, very helpful. Another one here. I'll leave one more to the end that I want to answer. How do you plan staying motivated or keeping working stuff through these wet winter months? From Hutchie89. Simulator in the garage.
Yeah, there we go. My golf journey's got the answer there for us, Danny boy. He's a lad who I used to play golf with at Warrington. Top lad. I think it's whether it will be sort of less like over here in England. Obviously now, pretty much today felt like the winter is coming, John.
It's about 6 degrees colder when I got off that train today, by the way, than it is down in Manchester.
So I think it's a case of, play as and when you can when it's dry. But I think it would be time now that I think we talked about this last week. A lot of people go, I'll get some lessons, but I'm going to get them in April when the season starts last week.
Yeah.
And it's too late. As well, if you go to, your coach now and say, we've got 4 or 5 months to work on anything that we need to work on, and you've got sort of a goal in mind over these next few months where you can say, I'm going to go to the driving range twice a week, I'm going to go and have a lesson once a month, I'm going to, you just put some pillars in place that means you're ultimately chasing a goal, or you've got something that you're working towards. It gives you that motivation then to go through the winter instead of, I'll stick the clubs away and then I'm going to get them out in April and figure it out by July.
That's exactly it for me. If you're looking for the basics of getting motivated, go and analyse what your season's just been like. Maybe get yourself a little bit upset about the things that went wrong, and then Go and set yourself up some goals to do something about it.
Be there for a long time for me if we're getting upset about how it's all gone. So I would say that get like for everyone, really, and it might just be one lesson with the pro where they give you a load of advice on what you want to go and do now.
Yeah.
And the final question here, this is from Go Blue 1101. Hopefully not a City fan. Favorite golf course you played this year? Volcano course at Dino Falls.
Rapids better.
Why? More dog legs.
Yeah, I like the waterfall. Hit the ball into the waterfall. It goes down, pops out at the end.
I do like that
I
one.
prefer that than playing through the volcano. It's class.
Yeah, true. Yeah, Alfie loves that.
Hole in one with the assist of the water.
Yeah. There we go, folks.
This year.
I've struggled with this one.
Because I'm trying to think where have I played this year. You go because I need to think what actually this year and what was last year.
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to go back through all the course vlogs here.
We come up here.
We discussed this walking down the 18th at Eden today.
We come up here at the start of this year, didn't we?
February.
For our normal February night.
Valentine's Day. How could you forget such a special day?
Of course we did. Best day to play on the love of your life, isn't it?
It was. Yeah.
Best course this year. For me, I'm trying to get my head past the fact that we played the old course this year. I don't think I've been anywhere. Oh no, easy for me this year because played it a couple of times. Best course this year, by far the best condition. Played it 3 times. I have loved Wallasey this year.
Oh,
I've played it 3 times this year.
Yeah.
And the condition has been unbelievable. We played it the first time I played it this year was in the red with you.
Yeah.
That was my least favourite one, played with you. When I played it, took my dad for his birthday. And played with a couple of other lads from work, a couple of other pros. And then I haven't played it 3 times. I've been there again since and we filmed, but I didn't play. So I played it twice. And
that was probably the best when you watched me beat Joe, wasn't it? That was like a display of golf.
Yeah, absolutely. Wallasey this year has been incredible. Every time I've been, I've loved it.
That was good, that. I'm just going back through some course vlogs here. When did I film Renaissance? Was it last year?
That was last year.
Yeah, Archfield, that was good.
Archfield was great course.
I'm going to pick somewhere new that I've played.
Go Blues turned off, by the way, waiting for this answer. We've sat here for 5 minutes debating.
I know, but it's always like we've got a video coming out in a couple of weeks from a course that was really good up in the Lake District. That was like the views were
that looked class on photos.
That was special. Did
you play Lindrick this year?
That's literally going out tomorrow.
Yes, that was
played that before though. Played that before. Played it before. Where's new that I've played this year? I don't know. Those ones up at Thingy were good as well. Thingy Castle,
Bamber Castle and Sea Houses, was it?
Yeah, that was good. Portugal stuff was good. Just looking through them here.
Would you say without it being...
I'll tell you what. I'll give you one that I really enjoyed recently. Sunningdale Heath. That was great fun. Short golf course is a class. That was really, really good. Oh, yeah. We've literally came up with the answer whilst we were away. Prestwick St. Nick's. So good.
Come from the other side of the room, that answer.
That was great.
Yes.
Yeah, and Bogside Irvine.
Yeah, I wasn't here for that one.
Yeah, that was good. That was very good.
Hang on a minute. You played... Just realised you played Troon the day after the Open.
Yeah.
How was that not your best?
I played that before, though.
Okay. Going for new courses, are we? new courses only.
Yeah. It's one, I said, one that I've not played before, so...
Would that be it if it was like best golf experience this year, would that be it?
That I was playing yesterday with Joe on the old.
Okay.
Because that was nice to see like the first time.
Class seeing people for the first time here with the lads we come up with at the start of the year. Seeing those boys getting nervous and shaking, eating a lawn sausage butty.
I'm just gonna go phone my mum, tell her that I've made it. I'd say that. Prestwick St. Nick's was really, really good. I enjoyed that, like top notch.
Good.
Right then. that was it. We're going to go, I think we're going to wrap up and go next door and have a pint because
I'm going to go and have a beer.
It's a long old day.
We're back on the golf course at 9 a.m. tomorrow.
We're filming a different video tomorrow. It's going to be exciting.
Very different.
8 amateurs involved. A couple
Everybody
of other
always asks for guests and amateurs and viewers to be involved. We've got it.
Yeah, so don't cock it up, you lot. You're the fate of all amateurs are on your shoulders. So we're up at the Dukes tomorrow doing that one. We've got lots of good videos coming from here. We've already shot 3, I think, this week so far that are coming out over the next few months. We've got record breakers coming on the main channel. We've got another tour tier video coming with Fraser from this morning. Loads of In the Reds, loads of coaching, and we are getting closer to 250,000 as well quickly. So that big giveaway will be happening soon.
How do you keep yourself motivated for golf in the winter? Keep watching.
Keep watching Matt Fry Golf, yeah.
Don't turn off just because you're not playing at the weekend. Keep watching.
Keep going. Guys, thank you for watching. Thank you to the Old Course Hotel for letting us come in here and lord it up in the boardroom. It's been very nice. Hopefully we'll do another one next year where it's sunshine and
I'll turn up in the daylight next time.
Yeah, looking down upon the... Guys, thanks for listening. See you and hear you in another one very soon.